Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick video before this video to give you guys a bit of a warning. This video was made in a very emotional state. I was in a very emotional state. It's pretty raw stuff. I know I come on here sometimes and do videos about, or I capture or try to capture, what it's like to be in a very raw state with these emotions and to experience them and to also honor them at the same time. But this was some really, really heavy shit. And I was very, very distressed. It might be, you could say it was distressing to watch. I just wanted to give you a warning, but I also want to post it because, if it helps anybody else feel, if anybody else felt the way that I was feeling, it might help. It might help you as well. So without further ado, this is the video that I made the other day. Okay. So I'm in a really emotional state right now. I'm in an emotional state, but I feel like I wanted to record because sometimes, this whole thing is about honouring this process, but I'm frustrated, if I'm honest. And I don't know if anybody's ever felt like this, but it's the feeling of talking and no one's listening, Even if people are, even if they're there and they tell you that they are, it's like no one is. And I think this is something that it's just kind of hit me of how much of that there is in my life, of every time I record one of these videos, I feel like no one's listening. And even if they are, and even if they come back and they say, we're listening, I don't believe them. Because it's the trap that I'm in. I'll share with you why this has come up, like what's triggered this, what's brought this up. And, this whole thing's about PTSD. Well, this is what PTSD can do to you sometimes. You get a lot of difficult emotions surface. You get triggered by something. I know I ran an event today, and someone, I agreed with someone to be there on it, and they didn't turn up. And it was just me sat in this room by myself. And there was no one. And I think, if I'm honest, that is kind of when it hit me that actually that's how I felt a lot of my life, is being in that empty room with no one to speak to and no one to hear. Something about that whole occurrence was painful for me. Very, very painful. Very, very challenging. Which is why sometimes sitting here and being raw to camera and being open is painful, because I'm scared that no one will hear me. I know people hear me, and I know people watch this, and I know people follow this journey, and I'm grateful for that. I really am. but I can't recognise it in here. And that's all I want, is I want to feel what it's like to be heard. So much pain in this silence. Fucking hell. I think it's important sometimes. You know, I talked about documenting this process, how it makes me feel, and it's at moments like that when I go through it, when I go through something like that, when I come to a realization on in that way, I realise how scary it is to be sharing that with you all, to be exposing the very deepest nature of my journey that I'm in right now and putting that out to the public. I can understand why I question that. All of those suppressed emotions, that was very, very real for me, and that was a ton of trapped pain deep down that came up for me like vomiting, right? All because I don't feel like I could express it. All because I couldn't admit it to myself. All because I keep it trapped down. And now, thankfully, to this process, that's a little bit more pain that I've been able to release and let go of. I really hope that it is just my soul guiding me to do this. I really am sure that it is. It feels like my heart, but fuck me, sometimes it can be scary. Really scary. But I keep on moving forwards because I know it's freeing me as well. Oh, there you go then. That's that.